So this video is sponsored by Bityard, a crypto exchange with 9 out of 10 stars by the Coin Bureau guy, 400 cryptos to choose from their spot exchange, derivatives that include commodities, forex and traditional markets, as well as inverse perpetual coin futures, USDT perpetual futures and leveraged tokens. You can even set up a copy trading account so people can copy your trades, you earn commission on those trades, or you can follow other traders who have better results than you. Set an account up with a link in the description and get mystery box bonuses for completing random tasks. Bityard. Hello everybody, welcome back. So this is just about the bot trading journey that I'm about to embark on. So for those who've been waiting around, I've actually yesterday I put in $500 into KCS and $500 into ETH. Although I'm well aware that that is not the low or the bottom. That's not the that's not the point here. The point is I need to get some cash into the account really to start those bots. So now I've got the option of setting up Ethereum bots and KCS bots. Now the KCS, unfortunately, there's not really any bots that I feel is appropriate to begin with. The only one really is KCS to Ethereum, and even that is showing areas of peakiness that make me feel uncomfortable. So it's a good looking chart, but I would expect it to come down at this point, and that to be honest with you, if anything, this has been more of a spot trading position than it would have been a bot trading position, because you're looking for volatility really. All you've got here is an uptrend, so that would have favoured a spot position than a bot trade. So I'll stick with my KCS and wait for opportunities to emerge. Now the thing is, in my opinion, I think we're about to enter into a new range really for crypto. So I think we're going to break down from these major supports for Bitcoin and Ethereum and go into a lower range, right? You could argue that we've already started to do that, but I think next week is likely to be the case, and then from that range will be some volatility. As always, when you enter into a new range, it gets volatile. It goes down to wherever it goes down to and then back up to the top, so you're going to get volatile movements. And actually with the Bitcoin dominance sort of peaking around, I don't even have it up here anymore, do I? But it's peaking around that 48% dominant zone, which is where I highlight a potential area of movement really. So a small rejection from that zone and back down only by a few percent, but giving up I suppose altcoins an opportunity to run. Basically volatility really. So I'm thinking that next week we will be looking at some opportunities to actually begin some bots. So I'm kind of having a look at which ones I'm looking to go for, and it would appear that Ethereum is going to be the better base pair to start with. So your quote currency, because we're using Bitsgap for all of this, not using the KuCoin's bot trading platform. Although you probably could, it'd probably be just as good. I've never used it. I've always used Bitsgap, but I know that you can do it through KuCoin directly. So I'm only using simple grid trading. So I imagine that we're just the same for KuCoin. So I've got a few here, 3 highlighted that might be potential bot trading coins. First one being Digibyte. There's issues. Obviously, we're going to look at potential issues with all of this. So the first issue for Digibyte to Ethereum is it's actually a major downtrend, and the 24-hour trading volume is actually pretty low. We also are looking like getting rejections around these levels. So I'm not particularly interested in this to start with, but I would be favouring it mostly because its ticks are so small. So if we enter into a small sideways channel down from here, maybe back down to what, 74 or lower, and see where the bottom is from there, we could map out a range potentially using our previous peaks as a resistance as your top grid, and then wherever this next big wick goes down to, which would be the lower wick. So maybe, and again this is all estimation, I don't want to have ranges above 40% really. Maybe we'll be looking around a range around that between 59 and 74 potentially. And again, I'm not looking to start this until we see another significant drop, as these supports do look like they want to break down. And as this weekend has been pretty horrendous for crypto, I expect that equities tomorrow will wake up and go, Jesus, have you seen crypto? I'm out, I'm short, and probably continue with the downtrend for traditional markets, which obviously is going to be like a vicious circle for crypto. So I imagine that next week is probably going to be down. I could be wrong, pleasantly surprised, but I think that looks kind of similar. Either way, I'm not looking to set up any bots until we establish a new range. These ranges have been hashed out for long enough. We're looking for a new range, and that range will provide us some volatility. So that would be Digibyte to Ethereum as one major potential opportunity for a bot trade with a range of around about 25 to 30%. See where we go, basically. Next one is this one, REQ. Don't even know what it is. Never seen it before in my life. If we can only just bring it up. This one shows pretty low volume, which is unfortunate, but we're not looking to put loads in. Like I say, I've only got $500 worth of Ethereum ready for this potential bot. And as you can see, this one's already been in a sideways range with nice big volatile wicks involved in it. Probably most likely to do with the fact that these it trades at low volume. So we go spiking up all the way back down again, spiking up all the way back down again. So we get these big spikes, consolidations, and then big spikes with the occasional spikes in between. So that's going to favor bot trading. Again, I'd like to see this enter a new range. I don't see why we should be looking at this in any other way other than sort of down, really. But Ethereum obviously is pointing down, and we would expect all these to go down with it. There's nothing bullish about any of these charts. We are just looking to capitalize, I suppose, on a sideways range of volatility for perhaps maybe a week or two when we establish a new range. So this one again would be similar to that, what we've just seen on Digibyte. We'd wait for the new range to be established. We'd mark off this previous support area as resistance, and we would look to set the range up between the low and this previous support, which is most likely going to turn to a resistance. And again, you don't want a range larger than 40%, not really, not unless of course you expect to see that range get hashed out. And again, it's altcoin to altcoin, so you're not really going to be getting massive big moves out of this. So about 24% range, and that's just an estimate. We're looking for this to come down and see where the low is printed, hopefully on a wick, and then you would set the range up appropriately within that range. And the last one actually is you know, I could argue the case that this is actually an okay looking chart for what it's worth. And again, okay within the grand context of wrecked city, basically. It's Algorand to Ethereum, so they're all Ethereum pairs. So we're about to create a golden cross here, and again, you know, we're only trading at 35 Ethereum in a 24-hour period. It's not massive. You know, we're not really looking at anything amazing, but the momentum is certainly gathering to the up on this one, and the range so far, even from the bottom of this here to the top here, is quite small, and you're getting volatility within this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you're getting quite a decent amount of volatility, and if we remain above this 200 exponential, effectively the mark of the golden cross here, if we get that, and if we stay above, what is it, 22,242 Ethereum sats, I don't know what you call them, to be honest with you, then yeah, we should have continuation from here as well. And so depending on where we drop down to, this would be your baseline, really. You'd want to have a little bit of comfort blanket between that, I would say, just a little bit. Remember, this is actually a small range, despite it looking pretty aggressive. It's actually really not very big at all. So it's a tiny range, really, even from wick to wick, it's 20%. But mostly, the majority of the price action takes place within a much smaller range. We'd be looking for this one to maybe be one of the better bots. And again, with a bigger volume means, you know, more liquidity within the order books. And so I'd favour, this is a bit more of a favourable setup than the last two, despite the volatility on wick to wick being smaller. You know, there's pros and cons to each one of them. Now, none of these are going to yield you a great deal. You know, you might be looking at 0.5%, maybe 1% a day at best. Again, with this kind of volatility at the moment, yeah, you'd be looking for about 0.5% profit a day, bot profit, in the form of Ethereum, obviously. So that's not great, that's not enormous, but it's better than nothing. The idea is to accumulate through any means necessary, and bots will be able to do that, and that's why I'm doing this. Just looking to accumulate more Ethereum, and hopefully, when the opportunities become more evident, KCS. But yeah, these are the three that I've highlighted so far as maybe opportunities for bot trading if and when we establish a new range. Not at this current range, at the next range. So again, I'm looking for another drop in the market, and once that drop takes place, I will probably set up bots in one of these three, depending on which one I've decided on at the time. Probably would rather go for something with a decent projection sideways and up than something that's potentially sideways and down, because I don't want to get left with loads of wreck. I don't want to get left with loads of Digibyte. I don't necessarily want to get left with loads of algo. I've already got that. The goal is to only really be left with Ethereum, closing your bots, yeah, you know, before they drop out of range, whether it's to the up or to the down, and just focus on the amount of Ethereum that I've actually got. And remember, you know, my portfolio is effectively made up of just two altcoins, and it's those altcoins that I'm looking to to make the most of. Where's my portfolio? This is all I've got, so this is all I own at the moment. 34 of these and 0.3 of these, and so hopefully by this time next year I will have more of these, so, and hopefully they'll all be worth more as well. So the goal is to try and accumulate them as best as possible, Anyway, that's the goal. They're the front runners for the moment, but don't be under the illusion that this $977 is going to go to hundreds of thousands immediately. That's not the case. I'm looking to build upon the 34 and the 0.33. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.